Alright, what is up, guys? My name is LEJUJUKID, and this isn't a normal gameplay. This isn't a normal video. This is me doing a reaction to what happened yesterday. And I love The Walking Dead, and I've been watching it since day one. I even remember when I was 12 years old and it came out in 2010, and I was watching like the first day with my family. And so I really like it. I'm up to date with it. And I love this show and I like talking about it. So I'm gonna just review like my reaction to it, my thoughts about everything that happened yesterday, because it was crazy and a lot did happen. I just want to give you my input about it. So the first thing I want to say is this is like full of spoilers. Okay, if you guys don't want to watch the whole video, I'll do a little quick recap right now of what happened, and I'll go into detail like what I liked and what I didn't like, because there's a lot I didn't like and there's a lot I did like. So first off, like there are obviously a lot of spoilers, blah blah blah. So this is a quick recap that I found on the internet. So Abraham is dead, Glenn is dead, Daryl was taken, Rick had to almost chop off Carl's left arm with an axe. Rosita and Maggie had to watch their loved ones be killed with a baseball bat. Maggie is pregnant and the child will not have a father, and I'm totally not okay with all of this. This is really messed up, and if you pay attention to the comic books, if you do read the comic books, you'll know that Glenn does die when Negan is brought up. But it happens here, but it doesn't happen in the same way. So the first person that Negan chooses to kill is Abraham, which it was so left field for me. I was surprised because Abraham at this point in the comic books he's died. He died. He was supposed to be the one that got shot in the head with the arrow. Instead that was Denise. So it happened so weird. He chose Abraham, and Abraham's last words were "suck my nuts," which is beautiful to the character. That's like if he were to die by the hands of anybody else that's not a walker, those would be his last words, and I'm so happy they did justice to that. And it wasn't as impactful as what happened next. Like it when Abraham died, yeah, it was sad, but it wasn't like, we weren't really attached to him. He's been there since season 4, but he's been his own little character, and he's funny here and there, but we started to, like, I myself started to distance myself away from Abraham, but I still loved him as a character. He's an amazing character. The part that really got to me was that after that, Daryl had got up and punched Negan in the face. And Negan in the previous episode said none of that's gonna fly. If anyone does anything, that's not gonna fly. And when Daryl does that, he tells Daryl that's not gonna fly, and now someone else is gonna have to pay. Basically, is what he says. He doesn't say that exactly. That's basically what he says. So at first, you think that they're gonna kill Daryl, which at this point I was screaming. But no, they choose not to kill Daryl. He's talking, and he in fact kills Glenn. He just starts killing Glenn, and Glenn's last words to Maggie was, "Maggie, I'll find you." And it hurt me so bad to see that. That's where it got so impactful, that it was his last words were, "Maggie, I'll find you." And I know they reshot it, and I'm so happy they did. I seen the other shoot of it, and this one is just more emotional, brings out more feeling to the character, and it actually gives me a sense of closure to how he dies. And I'm happy that they did that. I'm happy that this is the way he died. And it's sad, and it's like it hit me. I was crying, and like it's hard. Like unless a show is like really emotional, like it hits me in my feels the right way. I usually don't show a lot of emotion, but with The Walking Dead, I've been watching it since I was 12 years old, and it hit me so hard. And you can just see everyone's face. I think the two people that had the most emotion about it was Daryl and Maggie. Maggie, of course, because she's watching her husband die in front of her and she can't do anything about it. She's still sick, and she can't really do much, and she can't really speak. But the one that stuck out the most to me was Daryl, because Daryl's reaction, because you can tell in his eyes this was his fault. In Daryl's eyes, Glenn dying was his fault, and I'm pretty sure if he could, he would switch the situation. I'm pretty sure he wanted to switch the situation. I'm pretty sure he would. I'm pretty sure he would be pleading with Negan to kill him instead of Glenn. But how it all happened, it happened so fast. It was just crazy. I can't even describe my emotions. I can't even describe their emotions. It's just you have to watch it. And I love these actors. I love Norman Reedus as an actor because he can play a badass, and he can play someone who just watched his best friend died right in front of him, and his reaction, his emotion was just there, and it was on on point. But anyways, that's the deaths, and it was sad, and it's a really gruesome scene, and they play out Glenn's death a little long, a little in my opinion a little bit too long, but that's here nor there. You know, it's whatever. It is what it is. I loved it though. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I loved that. It was crazy. So what happens is that in the next couple of episodes, I can already tell, Negan's gonna break Rick's group. He's gonna break out the Alexandrites. He's gonna break them, and he is becoming in charge. So the first person he did break was Rick. After he kills it, just so you know, they show this in the middle of the episode. They don't show this in the beginning. Rick tells him, "I'm gonna kill you," and Negan's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it tomorrow, but I'm going to kill you." So Negan takes Rick into the RV, and he breaks Rick. He basically breaks Rick, and Rick is now under Negan. And the way he does this is he goes, talks to him in the van, in the RV, and Rick is distraught. He just seen two of his very close friends just die, his family. And he does, when later on in the episode, he does call them family. He doesn't say my friends, he says family. So he views these people as his family. He views them as brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, whatever. He views them as his family. And he's been with specifically Glenn since the start of the outbreak. That was I think the third person he met after the outbreak. And Abraham, he's been with Abraham since season 4. So he's built like a relationship with these people, and he's already broken enough, and he's already distraught, and that he couldn't do anything. He had to sit there and watch as his two family members died. So Negan takes Rick's hatchet out of his pocket. He throws it out of the RV and says, "Go get it." And he tells Rick, "If you don't get it, if you try to kill me now and you do kill me, they're gonna kill everybody there." And Rick has flashes in his mind of him killing each and every individual, and it's making the episode a lot more. It's just making the episode even better. This is my favorite season premiere already, because there was just so much that happened in an hour, and it was crazy. Rick does eventually get the hatchet. He breaks Rick to the point where Rick is, you know, he's under Negan's rule, basically. That's pretty much all I can say. He's under Negan's rule. But he still has that look that he's going to kill Negan, and Negan doesn't like that. So Negan, once they get over there, once they get to where everyone else is in the RV after Rick gets the hatchet and all that, and it's a really good scene. It's crazy. It's full of action, jam-packed, whatever. So after that, Negan lines up everybody. He tells everyone to go behind them and point their guns at them. He gets a marker from somebody, and he draws a line on Carl on his left arm and tells Rick to cut his arm off. And Rick is already, again, broken, and as a father to Carl, he simply can't bring himself to do it. He cannot kill his son. He cannot harm his son in any way, shape, or form. And you can look at his face. You can tell he does not want to do this. This is not something he ever thought he would ever have to do. And again, Andrew Lincoln is an amazing actor, because you can see the pain in his face. You can see from a father, he is a father in real life, from a father to a child, you can just see all the emotion. So he's pleading with Negan, "Please don't make me do this. Take my arm, take my arm." And Negan isn't liking this. He's not liking that Rick is questioning him. He doesn't like it. He didn't say cut off your own arm. He said cut your son's arm off. And Negan is a man of his word. So he tells him, if you don't cut his arm off, I'm going to shoot everybody here. And I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to kill your son. And I'm going to keep you alive for a couple years just so you can stew in this soup you call your life. So it's bad, and he doesn't know what to do, and he's like, I'm gonna start counting down. He goes from 3, 2, and then Carl's looking at Rick. He tells him to do it. Rick actually grabs the hatchet, and for a second I think Rick's gonna cut his arm off. He doesn't, because Negan tells him, "That's the look I want to see. That look right there." And Rick has the most look of horror and terror on his face. At this point, Negan has not only broken Rick, he's demarmalized him. Rick is no longer the person he used to be. Rick Rick has finally realized that this person right here, I cannot beat. He cannot beat him at this point in time. And then Negan leaves them with the RV. Maggie tells Rick that to go to Alexandria, get everybody ready, we're going to start a war. Rick's telling him, "No, we're not going to do that. We can't do that." It's like a power struggle right there. Maggie's still sick. So Sasha stays with Maggie so they can go to the hilltop because Maggie still needs to go to the doctor. They do bury Abraham and Glenn, and that's pretty much how the episode ends. That's really it, and it was so crazy, so much crazy. You guys need to watch it. People who don't watch this show, this would be a horrible time to start. Watch from season 1 and go forward, because every season I think is better than the last one. There's season 2 I didn't really like, but it was still good. It had like a lot of drama. But season 7, how season 7 just started, this is just my thoughts on it. This was crazy. I wasn't expecting all of this. I'm the type of person, I look at theories, and there was a theory of what exactly happened. I didn't believe it, but once Daryl hit Negan, I knew it was downhill from there. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and it sucked. The only thing I don't like about this is the way they did the cliffhanger was bad. My whole thing with the cliffhanger is they should have at least shown who died. They should have showed Abraham dying. They should have. In my opinion, they should have. And it was a beautiful way to show it. It's still good how they did it. It's still good. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that it probably would have been better for them if they actually showed it before the season finale or whatever. And then you would still have that suspense of Glenn dying, and Daryl did get taken away. I forgot to mention this. Daryl did get taken away. Negan said, "I like your man right here. He's my man now." And he takes him, and they're going to break Daryl eventually. That's the next one they're going to break. I don't know what's going to happen because Daryl's not in the comic books. At this point, I'm like, I've read in the comic books pretty far. At this point, I'm almost caught up from the comic book to the show. So it's at that point where I'm not going to really know what's happening. So everything's going to be kind of a surprise to me. But Daryl's not in the comic book, so I don't know what's going to happen to Daryl specifically, but I know they are going to break him. I know they're going to do anything they can in their power to make sure that Daryl is under Negan's control. And right now, Rick is under Negan's control. And a lot of stuff is going to happen. I know I'm not going to... I'm going to love-hate this... Excuse me. I'm going to love-hate this season. I'm going to love it because it's just so much stuff. So much stuff is going to happen this season. You guys are going to meet Ezekiel. You guys are going to meet all the other communities. It's going to be crazy. You're going to realize that there's not just this community. There's not just Negan's community. There's the Hilltop, and there's 4 other different communities. And each community is different in their own sense. Like, each community has their own thing that they do. I know there's one community for farming, one community for building. I think that's the Hilltop. And it's just a whole bunch of different communities. And it's actually going to bring everything together. And it's crazy how this all happens. But guys, just be prepared, because there's a lot of people that are going to die. A lot of your favorite characters are going to die this season only because of Negan. Negan does kill a lot of people, and I know this for a fact. He does kill a lot of main characters. There's going to be people that you guys love that are just going to die. And my predictions, this is my season premiere showing prediction, like whatever. In the mid-season, they're probably going to critically injure somebody, but in the season finale, that's not even going to happen until next year. Someone big is going to die. Someone big is going to die, and it's not going to be Negan. I know in the comic books they have not killed Negan yet. I don't know how current that is, but I know he's still alive. He's still out there. But Negan's not dead in the comic books. I know they're not going to kill Negan anytime soon, most likely not even in this season, but he's still going to be around like the governor was. So it's really scary, but I'm going to say, like, this is just me predicting. Daryl is most likely going to be the one to die. And it sucks, but he's a fan favorite, so was Glenn. Abraham was not a fan favorite, but he was up there. A lot of people did like him. I enjoyed his character. Just down the line, I kind of like distanced myself away from him. But I feel like Daryl's going to be the one that dies. Well, sorry I had a quick call, but yeah, like that's my impression, that Daryl's going to be the most likely the one to die. I know it's not going to be Carl, and I'm going to make another video about The Walking Dead itself, and I'm going to give my input of what I do and I don't like about the show. The main thing I don't like about the show is the baby. And a lot of people are like, oh, the baby makes it more real. I just don't like it. Because of the baby, they limit the show so much. You can only do so much with the baby. That's why I really don't like the baby, but I'm going to make a whole episode of what I like and what I dislike. Because there's more things that I like about the show than I dislike. That's just fact. But that's pretty much it. That's my season. That's my reaction to it. It's just, wow, a lot of stuff crazy happened. Just whatever. So I'm going to go. I will see you guys in the next one, and be watching for next Monday when I give my reaction to episode 2, season 7. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that. Bye.